Welcome to Soulstone Survivors. In this video we are going through a beginner's guide for the game, so tips and tricks. And if you have ever played Vampire Survivors or other games like it, you'll be a little bit familiar with this game, although there are quite a few differences. So if we start off in this menu, we've got minor soulstones. These are what you get just for killing the random enemies that spawn. Then you have corrupted, vile, wicked, hateful and rogue. These are for defeating the big bosses that come into the arena. With Vampire Survivors, it's about surviving as long as you can. With this one, Soulstone Survivors, it's about clearing the level as fast as you can. So jumping into the character menu, you'll see there are other weapons that I can actually get for my character. This is the Barbarian. You'll see some buffs and stuff that you get, so 20 max health, 15% crit damage chance. And then there are lots of other characters you can play. The game's still in early access, so they will be adding more to it. But you'll also see your starting attack. So I've got Barbaric Cleavers, which do Whirlwind. You spin with your weapon, causing 110 damage to all enemies around you with a 1.5 second cooldown. Then it tells you your skill type as well, so swing, area and physical. Then if we jump over to the Blacksmith, I can't do anything at the moment. You have to reach Prestige level 10 with the Barbarian. So mine is currently level 6. Then with the runes, if you have a look on the fight screen, it says to equip them you need runic power. You can get it through the skill tree by completing achievements. So that will be how you unlock some runes in the runes tab. Then in the skill tree, this is where you spend your minor soul stones, and then eventually over time after upgrading you'll start spending the major soul stones. So you start off, and I've gone with 4 levels into my damage modifier. I've got 4 levels in my health modifier, so I've got higher health and higher damage. But you'll see they're now going to cost 1 of the corrupted soul stones to level up. You will also get skills like this, where it increases the number of dashes you can perform by 1, but this, just its single upgrade, is going to take 3 of the corrupted soul stones. Then you also have your achievements tab. You've got characters, you've got weapons, so on and so forth. And you can see here, eliminate at least 1 Lord of the Void in the Scorching Valley in a single match, and it unlocks the Pyromancer. Right there, if I use 5,000 of the minor soul stones, I will unlock the Pyromancer and I can play as that character. One thing I highly recommend is do not be scared to use your minor soul stones. At the moment, the reason I'm not spending all of mine is because I'm saving up for the runic power. It costs 50,000 of the soul stones. But if you can get upgrades, like you can increase your block power by 2, you can increase all the health you receive from health crystals by 5, that's 20,000. Don't be scared to spend them, you earn them very, very fast. So with that, if we jump into a fight, I've played the first 2 maps, I don't have the others unlocked. But you'll see 89.1% on the Scorching Valley, so that's nearly complete. And you can get copper and topaz for forging weapons. So that's when you get your character to level 10 and you open up the blacksmith. So those can be found when you are roaming around the map. So jumping into the fight, you'll see your character attributes on the right hand side. Like I've got a 20% damage modifier. My max health is 160. Health per level up's at +2. So every single time I level up in the game, I'm going to get 2 health back. That's going to be incredibly helpful. You'll see your health at the bottom of the screen. You'll see all of your attacks that are here. You can only hold 6 per run. You can switch them out if you want to though. Then we've got our active skill being dash, and then it shows you what you've got on the bottom left side. So if we actually start, you'll see every 1.5 seconds my character is swinging, and for these initial small enemies, it's 2 swipes and they are dead. So you don't need to worry too much at the start. You can actually go roaming around and try and find some crystal things like this over here. If we destroy this, we're going to get some, I believe it's copper. I've already forgot the name of the resources you can get on this map. So we just wipe a load of these out. We'll grab the yellow, essentially gems to level up. These are your XP. So there we go. We have our first level up. You'll see at the top right, eliminate the Lords of the Void. There are 5 of them that come in. And you have to eliminate a certain amount of monsters to summon a Lord. So we've got to do 400. We're on 68 in 52 seconds. But I've seen videos on YouTube and people are wiping out the entire level in under 7 minutes. So things do get really, really fast. The more you play, the more experience you get. But with these, when you level up in Vampire Survivors, it's very simple. You get things like Peachone, Garlic, and it just gives you a simple description. These have a very in-depth description to them. So increases your damage modifier by an additional 5%, and some of them come with negatives as well as positives. So like here with Leviathan, increases your damage modifier by an additional 10%, but subtracts 5% from your movement speed. And then you have Fateful Strikes. So all of your attacks have 20% chance of applying Doom, and Doom will cause 48 damage after 5 seconds. Damage is increased with new applications, and duration refreshed. If it accumulates more damage than the target has health, it will instantly execute the target. So I'm actually going to take Fateful Strikes, and then I'm going to work towards having some weapons and stuff that deal Doom damage. I would normally go for the damage modifier there to get the additional damage, but I think the elements are going to really help out, like the status effects and stuff are really going to help out in this game. So here we go. It's given us one where we can actually take a skill. So with Quick Strike, you perform a Quick Strike in front of you, dealing 204 damage. The damage is multiplied by 1.2 times based on your movement speed. So the skill type is Thrust, Frontal, and Physical. And the more you increase your movement speed with level ups, the better the damage output is going to be. And you'll see, like, all the attacks in this game are automatic. You don't actually have to use any of them yourself, so it's just about the moving around and survival. And then every now and then, you get some of these guys that come in. There's lots of different types of these enemies, but I'd say they're essentially elites. They're big, they've got a much bigger health pool. And I strongly recommend trying to get them out as quick as you possibly can. But don't forget, whilst you're moving around, to use your spacebar to dash. So right now I can increase my armor power by 8, my block power by 12, my cast frequency by an additional 10%. So I'm going to take that, and we are going to move over all this XP. And you'll see on the bottom right of the screen that we've got an arrow pointing. That leads you to health crystals. So if I destroy that, I will get some health out of that crystal. But I'm going to save it for the time being, and they do respawn as you get further into the game, but they don't come in huge numbers, so just try and avoid taking as much damage as you can. You've got Body Slam, so I can slam my body into the enemies. I've never used that one. But Chaos Golem, it spawns in a Chaos Golem to fight for you. You can have a max of 3 units at any time. It's got a long cooldown. But then you've got Shockwave Totem, which is really good as well. It's a 7.4 second cooldown, and this deals a lot of damage. It was actually my highest damage skill in one of my previous games. But I'm going to take the Chaos Golem because it keeps the aggro off you every now and then. And you'll see him coming, he's up there. Big dude. But by summoning him or spawning him in, it gives us the ability to get up behind this big guy, deal some damage, take him out, and then this guy's just going to keep having some of the aggro on him. So we've just got a little bit more freedom. And then with things like Expansive, increases your area modifier by 10%. It increases the area of effect of all your skills and the size of all the projectiles. That's really good. See, it's all about having the right build to progress as far as you can. Because you'll see here on the left hand side, I've only got 742 of the soul stones so far in this match. And they do build up very quick. We've been alive for just over 3 minutes. But it's mainly like the big bosses that you want to be able to progress to get more and more. So we can increase the multicast chance of the skill Whirlwind by an additional 48%. We can do the same thing with Quick Strike. Or we can get Fire Shield, which creates 4 fiery orbs that rotate around you, causing 56 damage and applies Burn. Burn then deals 140 damage over 8 seconds. I think we're going to take the multicast chance of Quick Strike for this one. It's a 1.5 second cooldown. You'll see now our Whirlwind's gone down to a 1.1 second. So here we go. Here's the first Lord of the Void. And you'll see that the boss isn't aggroed on me, the Lord of the Void, and that will be because of my Chaos Golem. So right now we've got Chaos Bomb. It throws a bomb in an area in front of you, causes a random amount of damage between 1 and 980, and it applies a random powerful negative effect. And that describes any negative effect that can be applied on the target. And you'll see as I'm hovering over these, if you look at the bottom of the screen, When I'm hovered over Shadow Bolt, it says 1 type, 1 type, 2 types. And then we hover over Chaos Bomb, and it's got 1 type, 2 types, 3 types. You'll see the skill type is Chaos Bomb, Frontal, Magical, Physical. When you are getting other passives and stuff that will buff your burn, or say for an example, you deal extra damage with bombs, it's going to show you which ones you're going to get a benefit to. So I'll take Chaos Bomb. We'll try and get rid of this Lord of the Void. There we go. There's a red crystal, so I've now got 3 of those. I'm going to take Poison Bomb, which makes me regret my decision to ignore the poison attacks having a 50% chance of dealing doom. But you're going to make mistakes. It's not about being perfect on this. There's a lot of RNG that comes into these sorts of games. So here you'll see replace choices with passive power-ups. This is where you can either pick to get rid of one of your skills, or you can get an extra passive. So it all depends on which ones they offer. And I think I'm actually going to skip all of those. So we can take 10% additional damage, increases the area modifier of Poison Bomb by 30% or movement speed. I'm going to take the area modifier. So our Poison Bomb just got bigger. So here, I'm not going to take Venomous, because I'm pretty sure I already have that. I do have that. I'm not sure if it levels up. It just says all your attacks have a 30% chance of applying poison. But Debilitating Plague came back. Every time I apply a stack of poison, there's a 50% chance of applying doom as well. And you'll see here we've got Poison Bomb, which throws a poison bomb, applying it instantly to targets. So we will take that. That's going to buff our Poison Bomb even further. With that beam that big guy did, stay close to him. Because when you're far away, he can lock onto you. And it's an absolute laser with the damage it deals. It obliterates you. So stay as close as you can. Come in really close to him because he can't turn around that fast. And if you are close to him, he won't actually be able to hit you with it. So I'm going to take the cast frequency, do the cooldowns. I'm going to grab that Soulstone there. Movement speed by 20% or area modifier. I'm going to take area modifier. Yeah, it's all about like getting an early start with your builds, figuring out what you want to do. Area is really helpful. Damage is obviously helpful. Cast frequency is quite good because it just lowers the cooldowns. We're on a 1 second cooldown for our Whirlwind. So every single second we're swiping it. And we do also have the Plague Bearer in. Lord of the Void number 3 for this run. And look at the health on that big guy. Night night dude. See you later. I'm going to have to circle around this boss and stay close. He's almost gone. He is gone. Oh my god. Choose a portal. I'm guessing that goes through to endless mode and this ends it. Escape the void or go deeper. I think I'll escape for now. I want to see my rewards. It took 13 to 43, which is not bad. And we leveled up to... We hit level 10. So you can see all the modifiers at the end on the right hand side there. You can pause the video if you need to. Chaos Golem dealing 4 million damage. Poison Bomb doing 1 million. Heroic Strike wasn't actually that good in the end. Quick Strike, almost 1 million, because I just kept buffing it with the movement speed. But if you look here, Soulstones collected, we got one of the major ones, like every single one of them, and we got over 15,000 of the minor Soulstones in a single run that took less than 15 minutes. Materials, we've got 1 topaz, we've got 232, I think that's copper. Enemies killed 2650, elites 13, and all 5 of the Lords of the Void. We also got 18,000 prestige. So if we go back to the menu, and then if we go to the skill tree, see I'm still short of actually getting the runic power, but blacksmith. So I can get the tribal war axes, do double slash. You slash forward twice, causing a total of 80 damage and applying bleed, which deals 10 damage a second for 10 seconds, totaling 100. 1.4 second cooldown is swing, frontal, and physical. But the thing is, I need 600 iron, I need 1 emerald, and I need a ruby. So if we go to fight, I need lots of iron, I need an emerald, and then I need to unlock the Whispering Grove. Eliminate at least 3 Lords of the Void in the caves of, so this map here. Defeat 3 of them, unlock this one, then I have to go in and get a ruby. So there's quite a lot to do in this game. As I said, it's still early access. They will be adding more to it. And if you enjoyed something like Vampire Survivors, I strongly recommend this game. I think you will really enjoy it. And that was a beginner's guide for Soulstone Survivors. So what we're going to do is leave the video there. I hope it helped you out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out this video if you want to see other content on the channel. I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.